trade another day.
And tomorrow, I'm the biggest bear out there. So be it.
You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Live to trade another day. Live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day. Live to make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm trying to buy out everything. Not gonna get upset. Just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future. Up early just like a rooster. Eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of trading view. Now I know what I'ma do. Buy low and sell high.
All right, what is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and D-Gen freaks? Welcome back to the channel. Make sure everything is sounding good. Scared money doesn't make any money. To remind ourselves of that, especially during these volatile times. So Bitcoin is kind of looking like it's exactly where we left it earlier this morning. And so this is where we are currently at. We are sitting at $63,236 for Bitcoin. We went as low as 62.9, went up a little bit, had a bit of a recovery, and now we're getting another red candle to the downside. Now, I told you guys that if we're going to be hitting any levels here, that we would be hitting as low as possibly 64.2, 62 or 60, 62, 62.3, 62.4, or 62.2, and then we also have this level here, which is the Fibonacci retracement level of the 0.5 Fibonacci, which is the $62,000 flat level with a little bit of, $62,056. But if any level would be respected for a retracement, it would be this, the $62,000 level. So this is what we are looking at right now for Bitcoin to potentially bounce off of, because we have some pretty decent support on that level as well. So right now, Bitcoin is just looking like it's sliding down that Bollinger Band. It wants to hit probably around this area. And so if you guys were getting into shorts around this level, then you are doing fantastic. I was in a long from down here, and then I took profits, but then I wasn't expecting to have this much of a retracement or resistance off of this level. I should have expected it. Especially if you're looking at the daily chart. You can kind of see that some of these levels right here where we got some previous resistance was right here. And if we weren't able to trade, if we didn't push above, which was the 786 Fibonacci, which was the 66,006 level, we rejected off of that pretty hard right there, boom, and then boom. So once we weren't able to successfully test back above that, that could have been, maybe an indication of going to the retracement level back down to the 618. And then if we went blasting down, breaking through the floor of the 618, then we would be going then to the next level, which is the 62,000. So if you guys played that move, then congratulations. We were not in that move. All right, so I scared BTC might go up. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's just, at least for the Fibonacci retracement levels and the MACD, the kind of MACD, it's not looking too good. But if we do get good bounce levels, then this could be a really, the $62,000 level could be a really nice bounce level to potentially go long if we don't start to break down below it. If we start breaking down below 62, then obviously, okay, then the direction of the market here in the short term might be hitting down to then test as bearish as it sounds, 59,000 and then the next level being 57. But this is just bearish case scenario. Bearish case scenario if we ended up completing, a mirrored pattern here going to the other side, then that would be the levels we're looking for on a bearish short-term case, bearish scenario. Bull case scenario is that we just bounce off of 62,000 and then we can start testing those levels one more time. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're doing well. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're new, if you're coming back for the second time of the day, God bless you. It boggles my mind if you guys are coming to this stream not 1 but 2 times a day. If you're coming 2 times a day, the faithful remnant. A pastor at a church that I still work at. I still am affiliated with. One I had been working for over the past 9 years, which is crazy. It said the people that came to church on the real slow days, it's like you're the faithful remnant. Or if it was raining or storming and people come to church, it's like the faithful remnant. Always made me chuckle. All right, so let's see what's happening, trending now in the news. So we had Chair Powell consider further rate cuts. So we've already been kind of speculating that we were going to see some further rate cuts, possibly 2 additional cuts by the end of this year, and one of the cuts being in November and one of them being in December. And so that being said, if you go to the CME FedWatch, the percentage now of us getting a 50 basis point cut, another 50 basis point, not 25, is at 35%. It was at 45%, so now it has changed. It's now more likely that since they're going to do 2 cuts, that it will be 50 basis points total, which would make it a half a percent, 25, or sorry, a 1/4%, and then another 1/4%. So 25 basis points in November 7th, and then in December 18th, before the end of the year, we'll get another 25, making it a total of a full percent cut, starting with the initial cuts that happened just in the last meeting. So I wonder what this is doing, what this is going to do to the markets. We were before speculating getting a dump a little earlier, but then we actually got more of a pump. We started getting more momentum. We started getting more ETF inflows. We had less outflows. The ETF inflows just really started to come in on Bitcoin, and the spot volume for ETFs just is going almost into the 5 billions now, surpassing 400 billion. So it's really inflowing right now. And so with that, we ended up getting, I think, a lot of momentum to the upside, getting us, these bullish patterns where we started to play out and test up into the W pattern. And now that we tested and we showed that we can get back up into over 65, but now that we're getting this retracement, could this be this last little shakeout before we end up crushing over into the parabolic range, the banana zone, the breakout cup and handle pattern, all the things that we've showed you guys over the past couple weeks and days and months. And so let's look at that pattern. We'll show you this pattern let's look at this particular pattern on this chart. Where is it? Is it this one? Yes, the Binance chart. Okay. So the Binance chart here, I want to show you guys on the daily that if you just look at the previous parabolic run that we had in 2020, starting from September was when we started to actually, September 2020, right on the money, we started to run up into all-time highs, and it took up until about funny enough, March of the next year. So now that we have been sitting here at this point of a September and a halving year, I think we could see that same breakout, and it's perfectly lined up with the measurement of the cup and handle pattern breakout on the daily time frame. And so when you look at that calculation and measurement lines up with March of next year perfectly with where we are sitting at currently right now in price. Now this is amazing, because then this gives us a little bit of a window of time that we can still accumulate altcoins. You know, altcoins are still going to have their opportunity to run 50, 60% almost on the week, on the daily, on the weekly, to where we end up getting altcoins actually going back up, some of them hitting and crossing over their all-time highs, just like Pepe just recently did. And there is going to be some massive moves coming when we start to see Bitcoin at that level, because if you noticed, look at the price, look at where the breakout is. It's $350,000 per Bitcoin by March 2025, next year. So this is a really good zone to think about taking profits. And I mean, there's so many zones in here where you could even take profits, scoop it off the top. All depends on how risk adverse you are, or how your risk profile is, what your strategy is, what you're comfortable taking. Maybe you bought altcoins and Bitcoin down here, and you're up, and Bitcoin's at $150,000. I mean, you probably will start to think, okay, maybe I'll take a little bit of the cream off the top, take a couple sprinkles, take a couple cherries off of the top of that sundae, and then you won't feel so bad. But I really think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for us to make some gains with these new emerging tokens, and also with prior tokens from the last cycle, when Bitcoin starts to run into these levels. Now, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that thesis, and if you're also trading on that strategy and you are also waiting for peak altcoin and Bitcoin prices to start taking some profits. And this, even right now, is the sweet zone to still be able to accumulate. But that window, just to remind you guys, it's getting shorter and shorter by the day, and kind of almost seeing these patterns play out right before our eyes, right before our very eyes. But welcome, everyone. Shout out to everyone who is tuning into this live stream right now. All of you guys, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. It helps more people get in here, and it gets the algorithm pumping. And I love when you guys are interacting, and also when new people come in here, because you guys are like the best, nicest community. All the people that hang out with the Dojo crew, and you guys are super, you're warm and welcoming to all the new peeps. So I really appreciate it. I don't think I've properly thanked you guys that I've made mods for always, being nice to the new people that come in. It really makes a difference, you know. We don't want a toxic chat, you know. But we do like to have some fun. We like to joke around. We definitely have a sense of humor on this channel. We try not to take ourselves too seriously, you know what I mean? All right, so let's see. All right, so let's get a little bit into the news. We did a little bit of a Bitcoin breakdown. We'll get a little bit more into altcoin analysis, but we are going to go a little bit through the news and kind of see what's happening. Looks like we got World Mobile Token. So if you guys are familiar with the Cardano ecosystem, whenever Cardano started, whenever they released the smart contracts, we had a lot of different tokens come up. We had the DEXs, the DEX tokens, then we've had some meme coins. Like SNEC is something that kind of comes to mind. I'm like thinking about the Cardano ecosystem. We had SNEC. Then we had World Mobile Token that was on Cardano, but now it looks like World Mobile Token is going to be launching on Base, which is pretty cool. And so then also we had a lot of liquidations, I think, take place in the markets. The liquidations were pretty hot at basically lot of liquidations at around these prices, 63, 63.1 with Bitcoin, and also going a little bit, I mean, not as low here, but definitely a lot of a high trigger volume with the 100x leverage here down. Just massive. I mean, you look at this, it's crazy. And then if you go the lower leverage is not as much, but look at how much 150x leverage is like coming in at these prices. Oh man. So yeah, a lot of liquidations are happening around in these levels, especially if Bitcoin starts to go down into the 60 to lower 62s, then a lot of longs are going to get liquidated. And so, but then that is going to, I think, and possibly with that level being hit with the Fibonacci level 62,000, then that could be a really good bounce level and a potential long setup, which would be pretty sweet entry for a long setup on 62,000. But yeah, it's just been falling, Bitcoin falling. But then we had XRP. XRP gains continue. So Ripple Native Token was, yesterday top performer, only doubled down in the past 24 hours. XRP has tapped 65 cents after another 4% surge. And oh man, the gap. Oh man, I forgot about the gap. The 50, whatever there. Yeah, let's see. Let's look at the CME chart. We haven't actually looked at the CME chart in a little while. And there is a gap. There is a gap. Oh man, we are probably about to fill it. There's a gap between 62 and 58,000. There is a gap right now here. There's a big gap on the daily. You got a gap right here on the daily, but then we'll also look at the 4 hour. And oh man. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Oh my god. Yeah, so but you can see this descending wedge broke out really nice. I mean, if you think about the descending wedge right here that formed, we marked it on the CME. I mean, it broke out really nice. I mean, Bitcoin basically really, I mean, 22% off of this breakout for maybe even more right here from the bottom to the top. Yeah, 27%. So I guess it was overdue. It was overdue, and this is why I still have to. I gotta learn, guys. It's like I haven't been trading for as long as the seasoned traders out there in the crypto markets. Some people have been trading the markets for 2-3 cycles, and they really, I'm sure they have been through all the emotions. They've made the mistakes. They've made the wins, and then they definitely have learned that things don't just go up forever. They go up, they go down. You hit resistance, you hit support. And a lot of the times it is up to you to be able to have the balls to be able to take the profit whenever you're starting to hit that resistance. And then always know that there will be another entry in the chart to go into. Just kind of like this quote, basically, the beautiful thing about crypto is that if you miss the ideal entry, you can just play another chart. You can just play another entry or a time frame of looking at those resistance and support levels, seeing it match with volume, having your indicators matching up with your strategy. Got to remind yourself that there is always a opportunity. So let's see what's happening. So the trade is still open. So guys, the trade is still open. This particular one that we have just the newest one that we got into. If we do see a breakout with this, then we will see a recoup of losses and profits, especially if we break up to the pattern, which the breakout point is at 77,000. Breakout point is at 77,000 for Bitcoin for this bull flag here, for this bull flag. So let's see. Let's see what happens. And really, I think the breakout actually is at 93. The breakout's at 93,000. I know you guys like that. That's super bull. That's way more bullish than 77,000. And then we see, okay, so the alts are starting to get a bit of a recovery as well. We had Solana take a nasty little dip as well. Went down all the way from 161, where we were testing up into this smaller time frame W pattern, little smaller than this one that played out, and this one ended up playing out as well, hitting that resistance, and now possibly getting a little bit more support and maybe matching this daily candle here, where we went from 151 and wicked from 151 to 162 in the beginning of, or the end of August here. Could see a similar candle because this is good support right here. Also from here in this level, big candle right here in the beginning of August. Then we went as low as 136 and then 120. But from here, if we can get a little bit more support, we don't swoop down, we don't end up doing one of these like this. Because it can do so. What's going to happen is if Bitcoin does what it does and goes below 62, then Solana is going to go down to like 136, and then that would be a mega support level right here. But still, even with this momentum, and you get these candles. I mean, look at how this is moving on the 15-minute. Look at how this is moving on the 15-minute. I mean, it's like it's not a lot of volume. A lot of the times these are false moves. We could look at the open interest and the funding rates and see how they're looking right now. They're still in the red across the board, and we're not getting as much of... Okay, these are switching up a little bit. These are a little bit going green. Okay, for SUI, BNB, Doge, XRP. But across the board earlier today, this was just red across the board. But what we're trying to track here is we're trying to stay bullish because we know we are in a bull market still, and we have about... So, okay. So if we are going into October, November, December, January, February, March, we have basically 6 months. We have 2 to 3 months to build up as much of our bags as possible before we start to get towards that end of the 6 months. This is where my time frame is for this bull cycle. Who knows what's going to happen after March? I mean, Bitcoin could go to 500K. It could go to 325,000, like we said, and then just crash all the way back down to like 150,000. Who knows? But I mean, we just have to see. We're just going to have to see this election play out. We're going to have to see how many times the Fed is going to cut these rates going into next year, and at what percentage rates these banks are going to be lending out cash, how much money is going to be injected into the economy, what is going to happen with all these wars. Are we going to stop the wars? I mean, are we just going to have like forever wars in Ukraine and the Middle East? I mean, I hope not. I'm praying to God that something can be settled, we can just not have the wars happening, because it's just like it's absolutely it's just a travesty, and it's heartbreaking, because it's just like people's lives are getting just absolutely just decimated. So I hope you guys are praying for that as well, because it is much needed. It is much needed. All right, so let's look at the overall market cap. You got to remember, Bitcoin is the top 10 in terms of top market cap over these 18,000 assets ranked by market cap. So so Bitcoin, Bitcoin, us as Bitcoin, we've surpassed Berkshire Hathaway and Tesla, Walmart, Sony, all these big companies. But then we're still tracking towards surpassing gold. I think at one point when we were breaking all-time highs, we were very close to gold. We were almost breaking gold, not gold, but silver. We surpassed silver. But I think very soon Bitcoin is going to be worth at least 7 trillion, at least over Apple, at least like a quarter of gold's market cap is going to be in Bitcoin. Once like more countries, more companies, more people get orange pilled and they start to understand Bitcoin, they start to understand kind of like how it is a store of value, how it can be a store of value for your hard-earned cash, and your energy that you put into your work can be translated more in Bitcoin, especially with the digital age that we're going into and just how we pay for stuff anyway. Almost 80% of places don't even want to take cash anymore. They're like, we don't take cash. All right, so the election is coming up. Election is coming up in 36 days. 36 days, we have a battle between Trump and Harris. Who do you think's going to win? Put in the chat, who do you think's going to win? It's anyone's game at this point. It's anyone's game at this point. All right, so we want to show you this chart and remind you that it's still business as usual regardless of who wins the election, because then you had Obama, and then you have you thought Hillary was going to be a shoo-in, and then Trump won and everyone lost their minds, and we had 4 years of Trump, and then Trump was pretty much it was almost like it was going to be a landslide victory. And then 200,000 something votes came out of nowhere in the middle of the night. They were like, oh yeah, we found some votes floating down the river in a basket, and we retrieved it, made sure those got in, and then Biden won. And then it was still business as usual. And then now we have no clue really who's going to win at this point. We really don't know. We have our speculations, obviously, but we just don't know who's going to win. But we think it's still going to be business as usual, and we're going to see at least $170,000 Bitcoin going up into these levels. If you look at these, charts from the previous halving cycles and the presidential elections, that it lines up that we go business as usual. And so the money supply is expanding because we have countries printing money. We got stimulus coming out. I think China has reported that they're injecting massive stimulus to be able to encourage people to invest. And so they want people to, with this stimulus, invest into the stock market, into the Chinese stock market. And so then that is basically what people are speculating, that a lot of that's going to go into the crypto markets. And then they're easing up on the regulation. China's easing up on the regulation as well. So that's making it, bullish. And then this is how we're going to caveat going to the coin of the day. Going to the coin of the day because the coin of the day here is going to be PayPay. Did we make, I can't remember what the coin of the, because we had Ponky as the coin of the day, and then did we do Pepe? Did we do Pepe, or did we do PayPay already? But if we did PayPay already, we'll just do it again. It's fine. But we do want to talk about and here Tucker. I don't know if you guys have know about Tucker. Tucker Carlson's content is unmatched. It's almost like South Park style. It's a meme coin on Solana. And they are always quick with they're super, super quick with their content, and they're always on the narrative, on the nose with a lot of stuff. And so make sure you keep that on the radar. We haven't bought any Tucker yet. The only Solana coins that we have invested in have been Ponky, Orc, and waffles. And we're keeping it pretty simple. Keeping it pretty simple with that. All right, so let's check out PayPay. Launched 3 months ago. 2.6 mil liquidity locked. Been breaking out of this downtrend here. Target for the breakout downtrend is obviously the all-time high that we'd like to break. We broke it 3 different times, stair shelving up into these points. Market cap is at 75 million. We have 42,000 holders, so the holder count has been increasing pretty strong compared to a lot of other coins that are in the space right now. And it's as simple as it is just a Chinese narrative Pepe. And that's it. I mean, there's really nothing else. I mean, that's it. And then the spaces that they hold are always very popular. They're very active on crypto Twitter. The dev is very active in getting a lot of exchange listings, a lot of partnerships with different websites that you can use PayPay as a payment. So overall, I think as a crypto for continuing the Pepe narrative, one of the coins that has really gained as a Pepe narrative and a derivative of Pepe, pretty much like a strong Pepe derivative. A lot of other Pepe derivatives don't do very well. Pepe, themed meme coins. I mean, some do well, but some don't really actually keep on the momentum and go through the trenches or whatever you want to call it to be able to hold interest in this game called crypto. It's all a game of attention. Attention is it's an attention market. So whatever's going to grab the most attention is going to basically, reap the most rewards, and also indeed with the holders as well, going into the attention economy, where we have things like Brett, we have things like Ponky, we have things like Pepe, and Mog. A lot of these, and also you got to think as how quick some of these tokens like Mooding, something as literally as silly as a baby hippo. But it's just the same thing with how you could have thought back in the previous cycles, like, what, dogs? No way. But yes way. Dogs, frogs, cats, everything. But we have our picks. So this is one of our picks. This is one that we are going to hold basically into next year, which is not that far away. It's only 6 months. So it's really not that long of a hold. Like most of these tokens that we're investing in right now, we plan to take a little bit of profits in just the next 6 months. But then we got to see where the markets are, because at a point where the market could really just surprise us all, and Bitcoin being at $325,000. I mean, I can't imagine what all the rest of the market is going to be at when we start having Bitcoin at $325,000 per Bitcoin. Holy moly. Because then at that point, Solana would probably be at $1,000. Ethereum will be crushing over 6K easy, would be at like 10K. You'd have all of your blue chip altcoins in the top 20 doing some serious damage. I mean, I think that would make AVAX go to like $200. You could have a Chainlink at $150 at that point. You could have Polkadot back at $150. I mean, you could have Litecoin actually crushing over $450, breaking a new all-time high. Pepe could actually be 0.001 and in the top 10, surpassing Dogecoin's market cap at a $30 billion market cap. It could be very, very well possible. Anything is possible in crypto because of how small the market cap is. Market cap is so small. All right, so we almost got it to 10 likes. Very close, almost. All right. Someone said, what is your opinion about Daddy? Well, my opinion about it is that in all of the celebrity tokens and the ones that we were finding out about, like Daddy, and the ones that we could have invested in a little bit early, it's a shame that we did not hop on even just a little bit just to like test the water, because we could have made some decent money. But we kind of stayed away from the celeb tokens altogether, and we did not pull any triggers on any of the celebrity tokens. But I will say that out of all of them, Daddy and Mother have proven to stand the test of crypto Twitter, gain the respect of the community, and might actually go even more during the bull run. It's possible. So that's my personal opinion on those tokens. I have not pulled the trigger on Daddy. I have not pulled the trigger on Mother or any other celeb token. But out of all of them, those two have actually checked off all the boxes of being able to like hold the chart, like do the events, actually like do what they say. Like they're Iggy Azalea with Mother and Andrew Tate with Daddy. They're doing what they say. So you can respect their work in that regard, and not being like pump and dumpy, because it's definitely not pump and dump. That's for sure. Let's see. All right, I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. Maybe we could show you in the past 90 days that we have had a tick up in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency trend on YouTube search. It's kind of started to tick up a little bit. It hasn't spiked. Where people are searching Bitcoin and crypto and stuff like that on YouTube, kind of like how it was in the end of July and then a little bit beginning of August. And then we had obviously more of those spikes. If we will go to the 12-month, you can see like right here in January, obviously, and in March is where we had the biggest spikes, is where we had the breaking up into all-time highs for Bitcoin. And so I kind of equate that of the YouTube searches and then also just the web search in general, that we're still not there. We're still not there of how we were in the beginning of the year. We were starting to spike up, where we're getting a little bit more traction, some action, some pre-altcoin season, little sniffing of pre-altcoin season to get people a little bit more interested. And yeah, so I think once we break 80K as a psychological level, I think it's going to start the run. Once we break 80K as a new all-time high for Bitcoin, then we will start to see, I think, retail starting to come back in. We'll start to hear about it all over the freaking place. And then it's going to really start to it will start to run. It will run. It has not run yet. It has not run yet. The run has not ensued. All right, guys. Hopefully we'll be back in profit by morning time, and we'll be back in profit by morning time. We'll pass back over. We'll be in 66.2, or we'll be at 68,000, and then we will be back in the game, guys. We'll be back in the game, and we'll see how the markets are going to go. I'm sure you're hoping and praying for that as well. I appreciate you guys coming in for the second stream of the day. And yeah, so is it time to panic? No, I don't think it's time to panic. If you listen to anything that I said on the stream, or got anything, or if you want to remember at least one thing, is that we have 6 months. We still have 6 months. So just be patient. We got about 3 months of accumulation left. 3 months of accumulation left. And then at that point, you are buying prices that have already been going up in the 100% level. But even buying those prices of whenever, if you buy at the end of the 3 months, you still might do really, really well. You still might do really well because you think at that point, maybe in 3 months, we have Bitcoin is at 100K. But like I said, if it goes to $325,000 per Bitcoin and you bought anything at around the prices that I'm speaking of before then, you might still make a 5-10x on a bag of tokens that you invest in. The key and the difference of the success of what that plan that you execute in your strategy is, are you going to take the profits this time? Are you going to actually take the profits? You know, if you are up that much, secure the moon bag. Secure the moon bag, take out your initial investment and maybe a little bit more if you're up a good portion, and then that can take a little bit of that risk off. But all right, guys, thanks for tuning in to the second live stream of the day. Hope you've had a good Monday, and hope your trades are going well. I know some of you on the last stream when I came in, you were telling me about your your trades as well. Some of you guys went short, some of you went long, some of you got wrecked, some of you made profits, some of you didn't. So I know across the board sometimes it can be like that, but like the reminder of the track that started off the stream, scared money don't make no money. You gotta, you know, if the charts turn bearish, you gotta trade it. If the charts turn bullish, you trade it. But ultimately, you know, believe in Bitcoin, believe in the, you know, in crypto as a whole, as an emerging technology, and that it is here to stay, and that we are, and you are very, very early. You're very, very early. So don't give up. All right. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
No, I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna. Cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took me some chances, and now I'm in the big kahuna. And if you scared, might as well get neuter. I'ma keep chasing my dreams. Wake up in mansion so big, I need a segue to get from wing to wing. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day, live to make another play. Don't be scared, G.